Eala loses in ASB Classic semifinals. Analytics 7th seed Chinese Wang Xinyu survived match point and dashed Filipino Alexandra Eala's finals hope with a 5-7, 7-5, 6-4 win in the ASB Classic semifinals in Auckland, New Zealand on Saturday. The 4th-seeded Eala bounced back from a 1-5 deficit to win the opening set. Trailing again in the second set, 2-3, Eala grabbed the lead at 5-3 but Wang swept the next 4 games to force the decider. Wang led 4-0 in the third set before Eala rallied to within 4-5. The Chinese then won the next 2 games to claim the match in just under 3 hours. "Till my heart stops. So close yet so far," the 20-year-old Eala posted on Instagram. Wang said Eala was an absolute fighter. "It was a crazy battle from the start to the end, for sure. I feel more pressure when I'm up 5-0 than when we were love. I'm just really happy that I got through this one today and through to my first ever final here," Wang said in the post-match interview. The ASB Classic website reported that hundreds of Filipinos snapped up ground passes and gathered around center court and giant screens to cheer on Eala, creating one of the loudest atmospheres of the tournament. Wang, 24, will play in her second career final following a runner-up finish at the Berlin Open in June last year. She will face top seed Elena Svitolina of Ukraine, a 7-6, 5, 6-2 winner over third seed Iva Jovic of the United States. "We practiced together before the tournament, so I knew what to expect from her. Even then, she's really surprised me with the way she's striking the ball and moving really well. Many more titles for her to come, definitely in the future," the world number 31 Svitolina said about her 18-year-old opponent. Eala beat number 5 Marga Linette of Poland, 6-3, 6-2, in the quarterfinal on Friday. Her other victories were over Croatian's Dana Vekic, 4-6, 6-4, 6-4, first round, and Petra Marcinko, 6-0, 6-2, second round. Finish. So close to glory, Alex Eala's heart-wrenching exit at the ASB Classic semifinals. In the early summer sun of Auckland, New Zealand, where the crisp air of the South Pacific brushed over the ASB Tennis Center, a spectacle unfolded that would stir the hearts of tennis fans across continents. Alexandra "Alex" Eala, the 20-year-old Filipina sensation whose meteoric rise has energized Southeast Asian sports, stood on the cusp of her first tour final of the season. She was so close yet so far from her dream. There was something almost poetic in the narrative of Eala's semi-final match at the 2026 ASB Classic. It was not just another tennis match. It was a clash of will, talent, and the kind of dramatic ebb and flow that only the very best duels can offer. The build-up, an inspiring surge. Eala's journey to the semi-finals was a testament to her growth as a competitor. After sweeping through the earlier rounds with a combination of aggressive serving, sharp angles, and fearless shot-making, she stood out not merely as a contender but as a leader of her generation. A straight-sets demolition of veteran Magda Linette in the quarterfinals showcased her ever-improving game, an emerging synthesis of tactical maturity and raw energy. For a moment, it seemed as if everything was aligning. From her decisive early wins to the supportive hum of fans who had begun to see her not just as a rising star but as their champion, Eala's story at the ASB Classic was shaping into something remarkable. The stage is set, semi-final against Wang Xinyu. Her opponent in the semis was China's Wang Xinyu, a player of tenacious grit and polished craft. Wang, seeded 7th, had fought her way into the Final Four and was herself hungry for a breakthrough. The stage was set for a classic encounter, 2 dynamic players, both willing to battle for every point, every inch on the court. Before a packed crowd, and under the weight of expectation and hope, the semi-final began with intensity. Act 1. A reversal of fortune. Wang struck early, racing to a commanding 4-0 lead in the opening set. It was a moment that seemed to crystallize the challenge facing Eala, a reminder that, in sport, advantage can shift in an instant. But rather than cower, Eala responded. With precision, power, and unwavering belief, she battled back with a stunning run of games. Break point after break point, she clawed her way into the rhythm of the contest, ultimately seizing the first set 7-5. Such resilience told listeners one thing clearly: This was no ordinary performance. This was a statement. Act 2. The tide swings back. The second set was a mirror reflection of the peaks and valleys that had marked the first. Wang came out with renewed determination, seizing early control despite Eala's best efforts. Alex dug deep, staving off challenges and rewriting the narrative repeatedly, but this time, Wang's persistence paid dividends. The momentum shifted, and Wang secured the second set 7-5, sending the contest into a decisive third set. From the beyond the baseline rallies to the net rushes and clutch serves, each point now was magnified. Fans sensed the electricity in the air, and the larger stage that awaited the victor. Act 3. The decider and the drama. The deciding set unfolded like another battle altogether, fierce and unforgiving. Wang drew first blood with a lead that seemed almost insurmountable. Eala faced not only her opponent but the exhaustion that comes with nearly 3 hours of high-impact tennis. Even so, she refused to yield. After trailing by several games, she mounted another courageous charge, weaving together a string of points that brought her back within reach of parity. Yet in the world of elite sport, the margins are razor-thin. With every heart-stopping rally and every swing of momentum, the pendulum gradually swung back in Wang's favor. The scoreline, 5-7, 7-5, 6-4 in Wang's favor, belies the drama, the narrowness, and the tangible tension that permeated every point. Ultimately, Eala's gallant efforts fell just short. The pain and the pride. Defeat in sport is never easy, especially when victory seemed within grasp. Yet what made Eala's performance so compelling was not the outcome, but how she fought. She dug her way out of early deficits, rallied from chance points against her, and exhibited the kind of tenacity that begets future champions. Post-match, Eala herself encapsulated the bittersweet nature of the moment. So close yet so far. Her words resonated not as a lament, but as a reflection, a snapshot of what it means to compete at the highest levels of sport. In her Instagram caption, she thanked fans and organizers, describing the warmth of the Auckland crowd and expressing gratitude for the support that buoyed her through both triumphs and tribulations. More than just a match. Behind the intensity of that 3-set semi-final lie layers of significance. A personal milestone. For Eala, this was another step in an ever-climbing journey, one marked already by historic achievements, breakthroughs, and firsts for Filipino tennis. A cultural moment. Eala's run served to inspire countless young athletes in the Philippines and beyond, symbolizing that dreams on the global sporting stage are attainable through perseverance and passion. A prelude to greater tests. The ASB Classic may have ended in disappointment, but it set the tone for what lies ahead, including the imminent Australian Open and other prestigious tournaments where Eala will continue to sharpen her craft.